Hello. Today we'll see a very important topic. It's about a very logical question, which is many times asked in interviews and oral exam also, about the how the seasons, whether it is summer or winter, affect the performance of the refrigeration system or air conditioning system. Okay, performance means many time it is about the COP, coefficient of performance. So this is the vapor compression cycle. We are having compressor, condenser, expansion ball, and evaporator. These four components, and refrigerant is circulating like this. Okay, so uh, let us take the example of refrigerator. Okay, and we assume that the evaporator temperature for refrigerator is minus 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is just a household refrigerator minus 5 degrees Celsius is the assumption we made. Okay, now what about condenser temperature? Okay, generally this condenser temperature depend on the atmospheric temperature. So this condenser temperature depend on atmospheric temperature. Okay, so we already discussed in previous videos that as the atmospheric temperature increases, condenser temperature increases, because condenser is a heat rejecting device. It rejects heat to the atmosphere. Okay, it rejects heat to the atmosphere. Since it is a heat rejecting device, so if whatever the atmospheric temperature is there, it must have higher temperature than the atmospheric. Now we are now comparing about summer and winter. So assume that the summer temperature which is in Indian subcontinent, we can consider it is at a 35 degrees Celsius. So for summer, what should be the condenser temperature? It must be greater than 35. So we assume that, or generally in thumb rule, we consider at least 5 degrees Celsius temperature difference, delta T 5 degrees Celsius. So in that case, condenser temperature for summer may be around 40 degrees Celsius. Correct. Similarly, now if you consider the winter, in winter, average winter temperature, let us consider it is 20 degrees Celsius. So for winter, the condenser temperature becomes plus 5, 25 degrees Celsius. Correct. Now, let us draw the pH diagram, because this is very, very important. This is pH diagram. Okay, draw the vapor dome. Okay. Now, draw the schematic diagram for summer. Sorry, a pH diagram for summer. So we already discussed the evaporator temperature is minus 5 degrees Celsius. So draw the minus 5 degrees Celsius line. So it is minus 5 degrees Celsius. So let us assume the simple saturated cycle. Therefore, point 1 will be on saturated curve. Okay, 1 to 2 isentropic compression. 2 to 3 condensation, there will be a heat rejection. Correct. 3 to 4 expansion process, and 4 to 1, this is for summer. Okay, so this is for summer. Temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. Now draw the pH diagram for winter. Okay, in winter, now what happened? In winter, obviously this evaporator temperature will not change. It will remain -5. Why it remains same? Because evaporator temperature depend on the application. If you want to store the ice cream, whether it is summer or winter, ice cream has to store below 0 degrees centigrade, so it will not change. Okay. Now uh, draw the again. So point 1 will remain same. Okay. Here we'll do 1 dash. For winter, 1 dash. Summer, 1. Okay. Then, now what about the condenser temperature? In winter, we already discussed this. Condenser temperature in winter is 25 degrees Celsius. So, which is below 40 degrees Celsius. So, this is the line of 25 degrees Celsius. This is 25 degrees Celsius. So, obviously, the line of isentropic compression will remain same. So, point will be here. Okay. 2 dash. 1 dash to 2 dash, there will be a isentropic compression. Now, point 3 will shift to leftward because we are assuming simple saturated cycle. So, point must be on saturated liquid line. So, 3 dash is here. Then 3 to 4 straight vertical line. It will be 4 dash. Okay. So, here we are having 4, here 4 dash. And 4 dash to 1 dash. This will be evaporation process. So what we can learn from this, because we know the value of formula of COP. COP is a ratio of refrigerating effect divided by compressor work. Okay. Now compare the compressor work in summer and winter. Now let us see compressor work in summer. Okay. It is compressor work in summer. Okay. It is H2 minus H1. Now what about the compressor work in winter? It is H2 dash minus H1 dash. Now, if you compare from this diagram, it's very easy to say that the compressor work in summer will be much higher than the compressor work in the winter. Therefore, compressor work in summer greater than compressor work in the winter. Similarly, second point, refrigerating effect. Now, refrigerating effect in summer. Now, refrigerating effect means this H1 minus H4. So, in summer, it will be H1 minus H4. And we compare with respect to refrigerating effect in the winter. Okay, which is H1 dash minus H4 dash. Okay, here also we can easily say that this dash, that is winter, refrigerating effect is larger. Okay, so refrigerating effect in winter is greater than refrigerating effect in the summer. So from this both we can easily conclude that COP in summer is greater than COP in COP in winter is greater than COP in summer. Why? Because in summer compressor work is very high. Okay, and the refrigerating effect is also very low. So therefore, COP will be very low in summer. So from that we can conclude that as atmospheric temperature increases, it will result into the rise in the condenser temperature, and this rise in the condenser temperature results into the rise in the compression bar. At the same time, it will reduce the refrigerating effect. Okay, therefore all these factors will result into the reduction in the COP. COP will get reduced. Okay, thank you. If you understood the video, please share with your friends. Thank you.